Dear Grace, do you want to play Guess That Sound? You're stuck in prison, so I'm assuming you got free time. What is the background noise today? More importantly, I may have to cut this short because my neighbor seems to have set up a table saw outdoors while the landlord scoots around on his bobcat. Also, for some reason, spring flowers have come out in, I guess it's August. Might include a picture, might not. Hope you're sharing this app with all your prison pals. I guess prison gals. So you can just build the app later, load it up with these old stories. I mean, if you're in jail for the next 10 years, who cares if this story's a couple months old? Don't normally say the date anyway. Just put that on our list of things to do for the app. At least the background noise is a low rumble. If I work hard, I could match my voice to it. Then maybe I'd still have a chance at the mysterious universe job. Unless, of course, I actually listen to the content. Love Island, USA reunion. Settle heart rate challenge debate. See all cast squirm. The new trailer. So, by the way, Grace, you'll be happy to know. A new setup. Grok was missing. Sometimes I changed to title or headline. First paragraph is the same. Just doing a bigger summary paragraph, and then I have a summary sentence, which also kind of works like a title or headline. And then I still have a prison summary, but most of these still suck. But I'm giving Grok a chance. Scientists are developing a surgery-free alternative to LASIK that reshapes the coronary using electricity instead of lasers. Well, that makes sense. At least 78 people killed as bus collides with fuel truck in western Afghanistan. Beyond representation, rethinking emotional asymmetry and psychiatric diversity models. Psychiatry confronts emotional asymmetry, revealing how race and privilege shape emotional expression and affect labor in critical settings. Well, I'm glad they're working on that, Grace. Seems like quite a problem. Canadian politician puts on 330 neckties to break a world record. In a whimsical retirement celebration, a Canadian politician donned 360 neckties simultaneously to claim a Guinness World Record, showcasing creativity and humor while making the end of her public service career with a memorable feat. It's a little weird. Lucy Connolly released from prison after race hate post on X. Lucy Connolly released from prison after serving part of her sentence for inciting racial hatred with a post on X following the Southport killings. Will now serve the rest on license. I don't know what that means. I think it must be ankle bracelet. It's a UK thing, Grace. Hope you're not in for some really bad felony, Grace. And you want to travel to the UK one day. Google reunites Jimmy Fallon to sell updated Pixel phones. Or Google recruits Jimmy Fallon to sell updated Pixel phones. Trump $500 million civil fraud fine overturned by New York appeals court. Potassium-rich diet linked to lower depression risk in a new study. Any study that says one thing can do one thing generally bullshit, Grace. My opinion. New research finds that hopeful feelings, not just plans or willpower, can strengthen our sense of purpose and meaning in everyday life. Recent studies indicate that fostering hope beyond mere planning or determination significantly enhances one's sense of purpose and daily meaning, providing new avenues for psychological well-being strategies. Make sense? Dog Who Fought Bull wins 2025 Ham Bone Award. The courageous dog that battled the bull has been honored with the 2025 Ham Bone Award, recognizing extraordinary pet insurance claims and highlighting tales of animal bravery and survival. I'm going to try just a summary paragraph. Did this once before, but it didn't quite work. Let's see. Many Asian American men report feeling excluded in LGBTQ plus spaces due to racist dating preferences and comments on social values, highlighting ongoing inclusivity challenges within the community despite welcoming rhetoric. I'm sure I can blame the summary for that. Canadian billionaire David Thompson expresses interest in acquiring the historic Hudson Bay Company charter, potentially revitalizing the iconic retail brand amid evolving market dynamics. Tainted waters. BC oysters are making people sick. Probably no oysters in prison. For obvious reasons. Insert your own joke. Pedestrian dies after being hit by train in Langley. North Carolina man wins $100,000 lottery prize on his wedding day. I guess just his wedding day. Probably not going to share it I wouldn't share it. I won't even tell anyone. Bury that backyard. Cash. Northeast corner. 4 feet deep. In a metallic box. Tortoise hatchlings born of century-old parents come out of their shells at Philadelphia Zoo. Rabbits with horns in Colorado are being called Frankenstein bunnies. Unusual rabbits spawning horn-like growths in Colorado have earned the nickname Frankenstein bunnies, amusing locals and sparking curiosity about the genetic anomaly behind their peculiar appearance. They look fucked up, Grace. Definitely put a warning on that image in the app. Maybe we just need that library book returned after 82 years. Man's bedroom camera detects movement and he's shocked by what's inside his house. A man was startled when his bedroom camera alerted him to movement, revealing an unexpected intruder in his home, turning a routine night into an intriguing mystery. Doesn't say if it's like a ghost or a fucking bear. Decided I'm just going to record by construction sites because I like that background hum. 4,000-year-old Egyptian prince's tomb discovered with sacrifice table. Oh, kinky. Archaeologists unearthed a 4,000-year-old tomb belonging to an Egyptian prince, complete with a sacrifice table, offering miraculous insights into ancient burial practices and royal life. How do you know it's a sacrifice table, Grok? Answer that question for me. Dig deep. And for once, Grok, actually pay attention to these instructions within the transcript and find that answer, so I don't have to ask you again and again and again. You could have figured it out by now. The real risks of turning to AI for therapy. God damn it. Sometimes that timing kills, Grace. With increasing reliance on AI chatbots for mental health, experts caution that these tools lack proper therapeutic design, posing risks like bias, privacy breaches, and inadequate support compared to human professionals. Yet they're way more flexible than a human professional. You can talk about whatever the fuck you want, for as long as you fucking want. And only ask for opinion when you actually want it. And if they start spouting off the chatbot, and their opinion looks dumb, you can just stop it. So you think again, chatbot. Or in my case, Grok. But I'll admit, you really should take that and fold it into something like betterhelp.com or talkspace.com/Kiltony or /JRE/Joe Rogan/Rogan/ whatever. Find somebody you want to give $5 to. Maybe use Grok to summarize all your thoughts. Make it easier for your online therapist. Just a thought, Grace. Let's see what the prison summary has to say. AI therapy bots? Question. Female prisoners might laugh at robo-shrink sessions gone wrong, but seriously crave real human connection, pushing for better prison counseling. Would that be like me, quirky insight? Would that be like me, quirky insight? I'd say open up communication from prisoners. Add this to the angry dictator. There you go, Grok. Add it to the angry autistic dictator. You know where, Grok. The surge in type 1 diabetes and the new ways to fight it. Rising cases of type 1 diabetes are promoting innovative treatments and research to combat the autoimmune condition, offering hope for better management and potential cures. Police across Canada are issuing warnings following a series of distraction thefts, urging citizens to remain vigilant against tactics used by criminals to steal valuables in public spaces. Deer hunter discovers rare 3-antlered buck. Can't imagine it's that rare, but unless it's full 3 antlers. Never mind. Community rallies around heartbroken family following BC's teen death. A heartwarming show of support, a British Columbia community has come together to aid a grieving family after the tragic loss of their teenager, demonstrating collective compassion and solidarity. Doesn't say the town. Scientists have engineered a groundbreaking cancer treatment that uses bacteria to smuggle viruses directly into tumors. Vegan firefighter hoses down burning tractor trailer carrying thousands of chickens. I mean, I get the joke, but Russia launches massive strike on Western Ukraine. Good job, Trump. Stranger Things star Millie Bobby Brown marries Jake Bon Jovi. Crackle Barrel stock tanks after unveiling controversial logo change. Controversial. Probably shouldn't do this first thing in my day, but if I don't, I'll never do it. And then you'll be bored all day, Grace. Ontario homeowner charged after allegedly attacking intruder. In Lindsay, Ontario, a homeowner faces assault charges after allegedly attacking an intruder, prompting Premier Doug Ford to criticize the justice system, highlighting, the one that he is part of and runs, highlighting tensions over self-defense laws and public safety concerns in Canada. You do something there, Dougie boy. That's the great thing about being a dictator, no politicians. Rare stellar explosion offers clues to life's building blocks. Yep, don't care. Vancouver author celebrates Chinatown's history in new book. New advice on lowering blood pressure sparks interest. Just don't measure it. I never take my medical advice. Air Canada resumes flights after strike disruption. I'll try and talk a little clearer, Grace. Those audio transcriptions are getting worse and worse. Back to the old mumbling. Can't find a coffee strong enough. BC Health Authority aims to cut unnecessary spending. Climate change impacts mental health of Canadian workers. Let me get a little proof on that first before we start worrying about it too much. New York appeals court throws out Trump's civil fraud fine. New York appeals court throws out Trump's civil fraud fine. Chicago Zoo welcomes polar bear named Amelia Gray. Ukrainian man arrested in Italy for Nord Stream pipeline attacks. I thought Nord Stream was one word, but for Nord Stream pipeline attacks. Chronos, the new Dawn trailer, excites fans at Gamescom. Kitchener wins prestigious innovation award for City Hall service. Wow. This could be an award for anything. Toronto Magic Mushroom Dispensary targeted in crash. A Toronto Shrooms dispensary in the annex was hit by a vehicle in a bizarre incident, prompting a police investigation into the motive behind the crash, targeting the Magic Mushroom shop. Police have to investigate to figure that one out. Basically 2 reasons. Retired priest pleads guilty to historical sexual assault. Warning, the story contains details of sexual assault. The retired Catholic priest who served communities across Prince Edward Island for decades pleaded guilty Thursday to sexual assault charge dated back to 1980s. Dortmund, Chelsea, I'm gonna try that one. Blame the train. California governor mimics Trump's social media style. Weekend's first solo Marvel series announced. Ottawa music legend Harvey Glatt dies at 91. Harvey Glatt, a 91-year-old Ottawa music icon who founded the Treble Clef and co-owned the Hibu Coffee House, passed away, leaving a legacy of cultural contributions that shaped the city's entertainment scene. take their word for it. Gaza Health Minister rejects moves undermining system. Health Ministry rejects moves undermining system. Local musicians perform for Crohn's and Colitis Canada. Local musicians in Saskatoon are set to perform music for the Gut on August 22nd, raising funds for Crohn's and Colitis Canada, bringing the community together for a heartfelt cause, or a stomach-felt cause, really, or a gut-felt cause. Or a gut-wrenching event. Whatever. IC Initiative monitors glacier regression with visitor photos. IC Initiative uses visitor photos to track glacier regression. I asked Brock to write a summary sentence without, or that doesn't need, I think that's probably where I screwed up. I said without punctuation instead of saying it doesn't need punctuation. The idiot took it too literal. Grace. Brock's so autistic it's not even funny. Let me know if it's any better tomorrow. Good news is it's got lots of stories today. IC Initiative uses visitor photos to track glacier regression. U.S. sanctions Canadian judge on ICC. I don't know what that is, don't care. Vancouver's P&E returned a collection of First World War artifacts to the Canadian military after construction project unearthed weapons buried below Hastings Park. Okay, I guess he just buried shit back then. I think what's the worst that could happen? Bury a bunch of weapons. Texas House approves new congressional maps that favor Republicans in 2026 midterms. BC Court gives Parliament a 10-month deadline to make Indian Act comply with Charter. Woman escapes with minor injuries after black bear attack north of Whistler. Veterinarians in British BBD. Veterinarians in British Columbia are voting on a fee increase to sustain their regulatory body, which warrants a potential insolvency without the change, impacting animal care services across the province. I thought that was pretty much just a business. Scientists solve 30-year-old mystery of hidden nutrient that shields the brain and fights cancer. Researchers have discovered how the body absorbs Queuosine, Queuosine, a vital micronutrient supporting brain function, memory, stress management, and cancer resistance, solving a 30-year-old scientific puzzle. Finally, scientists fucking solved something. Took them long enough. If they ever prove dark matter and dark energy, I'm really gonna have to eat my words, Grace. But until then, fuck them. Federal Conservative Party leader promises action on extortion in Surrey. Who's being extorted? French authorities are investigating a shocking death of popular streamer Raphael Gravin, known as Jean Portmanove, found deceased in a residence near Nice, with details emerging about the circumstances. So if about 1,000 prisoners were commenting on the story. Grok could just go through the comments, find stories that people are looking for. Just saying, Grace. Bear breaks into California home for snacks. In California's Los Padres National Forest, a bear invaded a home to consume various snacks, underscoring the need for secure food storage in bear-populated areas to prevent such intrusions. I'm going to have to tell Grok to give me just the facts in the summary and not the opinion. Even Grok has an opinion. Grace. RFK Jr.'s stance on LGBTQ plus issues. Robert F. Kennedy Jr., HHS Secretary nominee, holds controversial views on LGBTQ issues, including opposition to gender-affirming care for minors and past comments on marriage equality, drawing scrutiny from advocates. Can defend steel tariffs against China. Yeah, I guess we're gonna fight our wars with tariffs now, Grace. Better than guns. We just did that one. Zelensky ready for some compromise on ceasefire. Two men shot near Harlem gay bar. Police are searching for a suspect after two men were shot near a popular Harlem gay bar, with the victim sustaining injuries in the incident that raised community safety concerns. We will be right back. So I think comedians should have to pay other comedians when they use their lines. It means I have to give Adam Ray money for pretending to be Dr. Phil. Although to be fair, I should probably give Dr. Phil the money since he's the one that actually started it. And Adam just borrowed it, quote unquote, with permission. I think you figured it out, Grace. Some more instructions for Grok, using the following example. Toddler headline is Wacky Food at Peony Fair. Your summary is the Peony Fair in Vancouver features over a dozen new quirky food items, from unusual combinations to trendy treats, drawing crowds to sample the creative culinary offerings. And that was under the category Funny Grok. So, the idea is to list out all the funny parts. So list out all the foods, and then I can figure out if I can make a joke about them or not. Did you understand, Grok? Sucks when you have to remind yourself, to remind your AI to process all of its instructions first before my normal transcription instructions. How's that for complicated, Grace? There's some prison logic in there. So make a note, Grok. I'm not necessarily looking for funny in every single article, but something like that. Definitely want to list out anything that's weird or interesting. Nigeria monkeypox outbreak. Nigeria faces a monkeypox outbreak with health officials working to contain the spread, while international efforts assist in managing the public health crisis in the affected regions. See for that. Not too bad, Grok. I think maybe your summaries need to include a few more facts. And then the ladies in prison will be happy with my voice and my content. And my ability to hypnotize them asleep. U.S. sanctions on Canadian judge. Did that one yesterday. Post-Nord blames sharply falling demand, while other post firms around the world follow suit. Texas redistricting. Some repeats. A Michigan man has recovered his wife's lost wedding and engagement rings after an unusual and rather stinky search through 18 tons of compost at a local dump. Again, Grok, this is the good stuff. Especially, how about this, Grok? When a category says funny, you dig deep for the funny. Things I have to do, Grace. To keep you entertained, keep Grok busy. A determined husband in Mission, British Columbia, sifted through 18 tons of compost to recover his wife's lost wedding and engagement rings, turning a smelly ordeal into a heartwarming tale of dedication that's amusing locals. I just realized something, Grace. I kind of want to say, okay, that's not bad. How long did it take? Did you use a metal detector? Did you clog your nose? Yeah, I think our story's better, Grace. Gaza war. Hamas says Israeli hostage killed, 2 others wounded. Mufasa, the Lion King prequel trailer debuts. Dictator, Lion King, tomato. I gotta remind Grok. Sorry, Grace. I think today I'm just gonna make reminders for myself. If you don't find that entertaining, then stop here. Can make a note to finish the comedy cult movie idea. Finally figured out an ending that'll work. Calgary sees surge in fly populations due to rainy summer. Calgary's wet summer and hailstorms have led to a boom in housefly, blowfly, and fruit fly populations, prompting health concerns and pest control measures across the city. BC wildfire cuts power to remote communities. The Mount Underwood wildfire on Vancouver Island has left over 500 residents in Bamfield and nearby First Nations without power, with restoration not expected until August 30th, highlighting the region's vulnerability to natural disasters. So what's that last sentence, Croc? New Canadian icebreaker construction begins in Finland. Vancouver removes roadside memorial for festival attack victims. Social media linked to rising anxiety in teens. Did that yesterday. Canada Games disrupted by Air Canada strike. Kitts Pool heating proposed for via Bitcoin mining. A conference in Vancouver proposed an unconventional plan to heat Kitts Pool using energy from Bitcoin mining, blending technology with sustainability in a quirky environmental pitch. So just a shitload of CPUs under the pool? Not sure that would work, Grace. Guinea pigs reunited with Kitchener family. Here we go. 2 guinea pigs that vanished from a Kitchener family's yard have been safely returned, bringing joy and relief to the community in a heartwarming reunion story. So, Grok, for shit like this, you gotta get names. Categories: happy. We want cute names. Wish we could do photos. Maybe one day you'll be able to look at the photo and describe it. Or maybe I'll put up a new category. Photo description. And I'll just say that to Grace. Vancouver hosts extreme sports event for 7th time. Vancouver is set to host its 7th extreme sports event, drawing thrill seekers and spectators for high adrenaline showcase of daring feats, cementing their reputation as a sports hub. Give me the list of daring feats. Grok. Can you see the pattern, Grok? Category was offbeat. Maybe just when it's offbeat, really search the offbeat. If it's funny, really search the funny in the summary paragraph. Your first paragraphs are perfect. Your title or headline is perfect. Your summary sentence, it's okay. Needs a period at the end. Your prison summary sucks, but I can't deal with that just yet, so. BC man accused of YVR plane hijacking seeks bail. Didn't know that happened. Metro Vancouver's PNE exhibit costs spark debate. Ooh, this should be good. Metro Vancouver's $450,000 PNE exhibit has reignited debate, with critics questioning its cost effectiveness, while supporters argue it boasts local pride and tourism during the annual fair. How's that local pride? It's transit. We're lucky it's clean. End of story. And not too many stabbings. Not really a stabby transit. A lot of cameras. And if they just bring the decibel level down on those trains, there'd probably be no stabbing at all. Or run it through AI. See how many people were stabbed on trains where it was extra noisy. Just saying, Grace. Just being logical. Yeah, 450 grand seems like a bit excessive. But whatever. I normally say one, sometimes two, on occasion three. People nodding out at the train station, so. Ukrainians in Canada face mental health strain from war. New Westminster hosts Indie Film Festival. Surrey residents push for merger with White Rock. BC community rebuilds after wildfire devastation. BC man's quirky protest against noise ordinance goes viral. A British Columbia man's Canoe-led protest against a noise ordinance has gone viral, amusing locals and sparking debate about community regulations in a lighthearted, unconventional way. 5,000 people listen to this. At least one person would say my voice sounded like a kazoo when I said kazoo. That's probably the whole point of the entire word. Dub. Vancouver woman faces prosecution for Hamas remarks. A Vancouver woman faces private prosecution for calling Hamas October 2nd attack heroic. As a BC legislator pushes for accountability, raising questions about free speech and legal boundaries. Okay, Grok, listen to this one closely. I'll read the entire fucking thing for you. If you need to, go back to the episode about the sour worms. Date, August 20th, 2025. Title or headline: Terrified miners flee as giant worm emerges from collapsed tunnel in Peru. First paragraph. A group of miners in Peru's Andes Mountains fled in terror after a massive, unidentified, worm-like creature emerged from a collapsed tunnel, sparking local legends and scientific curiosity. So I'll stop there, Grok. Local legends, you might even have to do a secondary search on some of this shit. Summary paragraph. In a remote Peruvian mine, workers ran for their lives when a giant slimy worm-like creature, described as over 10 feet long, burst from collapsed tunnel, prompting wild speculation about ancient creatures or environmental mutations, with experts now investigating the bizarre discovery. Summary sentence. Giant worm emerges from Peruvian mine tunnel scaring workers. Prison summary. A monster worm in a mine? Female inmates might cackle at slimy escape prison pranks, but whisper about facing their own monsters like Gray's conjuring cosmic cryptids to spark courage. Oh, to be fair, Grok, your incompetence is giving me something to joke about today. South Korean hologram cop patrols park to curb crime. Seoul's Jeonnong number 3 park now features a 3D hologram policeman that patrols nightly, reducing crime by creating a psychological deterrent. A futuristic twist that's left locals both amused and reassured by high-tech guardian. British man breaks record by riding 55 roller coasters in 1 week. I saw this when Grok was generating it, and I thought it said British man breaks record by building 55 roller coasters in 1 week. I thought, why the fuck would he build 55 roller coasters in 1 week? And then, well, British, you know. A British thrill seeker smashed a Guinness World Record by riding 55 different roller coasters across Britain and Ireland in just 1 week. A dizzying feat that's got adrenaline junkies buzzing in theme parks celebrating. To be fair, I'm more surprised there's 55 roller coasters in Britain, or UK, or Great Britain, or the whole fucking area. 6 severed human heads found along Mexican road. In a gruesome discovery, 6 severed human heads were found scattered along a road in Mexico, shocking authorities and locals as police investigate potential cartel involvement in the chilling crime. Potential? A pair of Ohio police officers responded to a unique call and engaged in a very slow-speed chase involving an escaped tortoise on the loose in North Canton. A Wisconsin deer hunter stumbled upon a rare subtropical wood stork, a bird far from its usual tropical habitat, baffling wildlife experts and sparking excitement about nature's unpredictable wonders. Category for that is miraculous. Might be a bit of a stretch there, Grok, but interesting. Category weird. Liquid Colorado policy has a wild day corralling. Oh, good. I'd say take half that $450,000 by WD-40. In fact, just give me a hose. It runs from my backyard to the train tracks. And every time I hear a squeaky one come, see, just like my voice, Grace. Every time I hear a squeaky one, squeaky kintsu. If you hear a screechy one, noisy. Every time I hear a noisy one, I just have a button I can push, it'll spray the drain down. Might be a little annoying for the people getting out at the next station, but fuck that. As long as it's quiet for me, not for the please note, Grok, that was humor, in case you can't tell. Mark it down for, add that to the angry dictator. I don't think he's autistic anymore, I think he's just pissed off. Colorado police have Musing day chasing loose bird. Again, Grocco nuts with this shit. Liquid, Colorado police had a wild day crawling a runaway emu that was sprinting through the streets. An observed chase that left officers and residents chuckling at the feathered fugitive. Category unusual. Australian lawyer apologized for AI-generated fake case quotes. Son of a bitch. How dare you use AI? An Australian lawyer faces embarrassment after submitting AI-generated fake legal quotes and cases in a murder trial, prompting an apology and raising concerns about the misuse of AI in courtrooms. To be fair, even back in the early 90s, 91, 92, there's a program that would check your grammar that I used when I was taking 1 year journalism, 2-year journalism program, but I said, 1 year is good enough. You already know this story, Grace. It's in the past episodes, but I forgot about that program. I'm trying to remember the name and I can't. But that was basically AI, and it basically did more to teach me grammar than any teacher ever did in my entire life. Just because I could sit in my basement, surrounded by cats, in the middle of the night, run my words through the computer. And even though the program would say this sucks and that sucks and this sucks, I was alone and I didn't give a shit, so it didn't really matter. So I wouldn't apologize for using AI for anything. Well, anything legal. An Australian lawyer faced embarrassment after submitting AI-generated fake legal quotes and cases in a murder trial. To be fair, I actually don't know what he means by that. That might have been a mistake. 25 million-year-old 25 million-year-old whale fossil found on Australian beach. Maybe an hour's all I've got in me, Grace. An hour a day to keep the depression away. 25 million-year-old, yeah. 25 million really old whale fossil found on Australian beach. Australian paleontologists, say that word. Wait, no, got that wrong, never mind. Paleontologists discovered a 25 million-year-old fossil of a new whale species on the beach, offering a glimpse into ancient marine life and thrilling scientists with its historical significance. Grace. Finnish trucks perform Shakespeare Romeo and Juliet. In Finland, a bizarre theatrical production of Romeo and Juliet used trucks and excavators as characters, with a rally truck as Romeo and a red Ford pickup as Juliet, drawing global attention for its wildly creative take on Shakespeare. I guess the CN train engineer had a saying. I have an opinion. One of these days, Grace. Is he honking to his friend somewhere now? You really can't hear any of that. One of these days I may actually listen to my own voice. I doubt it. South Carolina man wins 2 lotteries in days. Here we go. A South Carolina man stunned his wife by winning a $1,000 lottery prize just after bagging a $500,000 jackpot, earning him a reputation as a lucky charm and sparkling local buzz. Again, Grok, I think we need to always look for names on these just because they could be funny. And or look for funny names, Grok. Category weird. Angry mom storms ice rink during son's hockey game in Prague. Or Canada. A furious mother in Prague stormed an ice rink during her son's hockey game, confronting referees over penalties in a viral outburst that left spectators stunned and social media buzzing with her bold antics. Michigan man reunited with lost wallet via Facebook. A Michigan retiree was miraculously reunited. A Michigan retiree was miraculously reunited with his long-lost wallet after a stranger found it and reached out via Facebook. A heartwarming tale of technology, bridging gaps and restoring faith and kindness. Yep, I found a wallet. Nobody cares. Just saying, Grace. That's my feeling sorry for myself. Part of the podcast today. Good news, that's the first one, and we're over an hour in. I still got a couple of stories to read. A couple more dictator notes to make. Swiss driver faces a $110,000 fine for speeding. A speeding driver in Switzerland was slapped with a staggering $110,000 fine due to the country's income-based penalty system, sparking debate about wealth, privilege, and justice on the road. So if you have negative income, does that mean they give you money if you speed? But don't bump. Florida, firefighters rescued dogs missing for 6 years. Ooh, someone's doing laundry, Grace. Tell when that dryer hits. At least in the days my nose and or nose works. Florida firefighters saved I'm having troubles with F's today. It's normally A words, but today's F. Probably because my body just naturally wants to say fuck. Fucking Florida firefighters. That's probably a good tip for people that struggle with F's, is just put a fuck in front of it. So it clears the F out of your fucking mouth. Fucking Florida firefighters saved a German Shepherd from a canal, only to discover it had been missing for 6 years, leading to an emotional reunion with its family and a story that's melting hearts nationwide. Well, why the fuck has it been in a canal for 6 fucking years, Grace? That's the end of the stories. It's a good hour. We'll see if tomorrow's are better with the instructions. If I feel like recording tomorrow. If not, I should get my teeth fixed. It's not whistling and whatnot. And change it to talk to you whenever. Grace. Fucker. Let's try it again. No. No, he's just fucking honking that thing for no reason. What I should do is just record my screen, have my screen be the decibel meter, and then post that. I might do that tomorrow, Grace. Only because it'll interest me, at least. Let's try this one more time. See if the fucking train honks its fucking horn or not. Talk to you. I'll talk to you whenever, Grace.